What are we gonna do? We're gonna try without a divine skill. Didn't see him get it. I feel like I never see his debuffs. So still need Path of Defender, Blessing of Intellect, and Symbol of Essence, but we're gonna try without the primary or the divine skill. See how the damage is, see how the everything else is. Crits. So Lucky Hat, Blackjack. Blackjack activates our Feralath. We still just don't have a poison statue. See, we have a way to activate Feralath all the time, so I feel like I should roll for poison. So we have a way to activate Ozreth on single target. Yeah, we'll try to roll and get a poison item as well. Or at least like some other, because that one we started with Seal of Souls. Lucky Hat Boot. Lucky Hat Boot is pretty decent. Oh, I've totally rolled over the Mage Bane. Whoops. I'll at least like look at them. I don't know if I want to start Mage Bane, but I could. Heartseeker XP Boot. No. So we're just going to be a little more like picky, just to kind of see. Especially since we had a last run to start. I want to have these runs like pretty accurate. Blood Dagger. Mage Bane, Blowgun, Seal of Souls. Alright, so we pretty much have to start this, don't we? Because our right click is going to activate the Blowgun constantly. We have Seal of Souls, which we started with last time. So we'll do a Mage Bane run. Still going to avoid Stab in the Dark. So let's see. Our crit chance is currently 12.5. Just remember right click. It's built into my left click now, so I don't have the issue. So now we have like the interesting situation where we can go either one of these for more crit, but we don't have. I almost feel like Heartseeker is the way to go. $12.5. Let's see what my crit chance is with my drinks on. Yeah, I'm not going Stab in the Dark. Just gonna avoid it. Eruption, Cinder Demise, Wicked Sickness, Overflowing Physique, Crazy Eye. Just at 21.3. So this is a part where I can go Luck and see how much crit that might give me. Or I can go Heartseeker and see how much crit that gives me. The only caveat is Luck also helps my Phonetic Eruption. And technically like block and evasion. I don't have any evasion, so it's not really worth considering right now. Also, yeah, it just really helps my crit is like the main thing. So what do we think is better here? Do we think it's... I don't know which one I think it is. Morden63. Thanks for the follow, my dude. Appreciate it. Do we think Heartseeker or Lucky Hat? I feel like Lucky Hat's going to make it smoother, but Heartseeker's going to be better early. So we're going to go Lucky Hat. I think there's also like the situation where we would have gone Mage Bane, Poison Item with like Assassin's Dagger, which would just be kind of crazy to roll for. This is like the next best thing, I would say. What else do we need to do? Anything? Oh, we need to do the fountain. We forgot to do that on our other run. Do you have to activate the damage on screen to see the difference? No, I can just check it at the end. Surprised I wasn't following already. Oh, did it do a double follow? Oh, it just hasn't come through yet. I see where you did it. D-Land Kit, appreciate the follow. You're not new here, but I appreciate the follow. Abundant Shops, I think we still want it so we can get some crit items. There it is. As soon as I say something, then it does it. It's just the way it goes. Don't forget the fountain again. Oh god. That was such like a sad run. Like it wasn't even like hard. It was just you have these places where there should be glass walks, and you have these places where you should have extra like treasure rooms and whatnot. Don't say it again. Don't say it then. Yeah, but like I like to acknowledge people when they follow. It shows up in the chat. He was talking about how he hadn't followed. It was kind of like, you know, easy lead in. It's like working in IT. It doesn't break until you mention it's working. Yeah, exactly. Or like the opposite's also true. If you take your car to the shop, like your car won't be making the noise that it should be. When you're driving around it's making a noise, but when you bring it to the shop it doesn't make a noise at all. So as we thought, our combo isn't like first hit every time. See, that was like a lot of hits before we got in combo. So getting in combo is going to be a little rougher, but we'll see. We have Mage Bane, so we can penetrate the resist a little easier. Also, we don't have Divine Blast on. Curious if the damage is going to be any different. I mean, the damage was pretty solid, but it might be because of the Mage Bane. Maybe we should have stayed strong and didn't pick up a non-Heartseeker Lucky Hat start. But the start was too good to pass up. I don't know. It's hard to tell if like the Divine Blast was like messing me up. It's harder to hit things now, that's for sure. Gotta make sure you're facing the right direction. So you're not like softening up the enemies behind you as you attack something in front of you anymore. You're only hitting the enemies in front of you. So I think a lot of the issue is also the combo, because we were definitely not staying in combo very well. It's gonna be interesting how it works versus the first boss. See that combo bar? We're like not in. We killed all the bats and then we got into combo. So combo is a little yikes right now. I think it's weird that a blessing uses stacks from your primary. It's because it counts as like a second primary for like all purposes. It's just kind of like, I don't know if that's like an oversight on like Crackshell's part or what, or if that's how they wanted it to be. Because it also scales off the primary damage, which is nice. I'm currently using Amulet of Vengeance to get combo easier since I don't have the Lucky Hat yet. Yeah, that's like an alternative way to do it. You sacrifice an item to get an extra drink. In my case, I sacrifice a drink to get an extra item. So like all you can really do is your starts can either be what, like Mage Bane, Amulet of Vengeance, or Amulet of Vengeance like Heartseeker. But most people that go the Amulet of Vengeance route, they go Stab in the Dark to fix their crit that way, so they don't need Heartseeker. I go the other way. But it's definitely a valid way to get in combo. I just feel like the item's stronger than the drink, since I'm evaluating the item versus Crazy Eye instead of Sabna Dart, because I don't have fun playing with it, so I'm not gonna play with it. At least not until I'm forced, which I haven't been forced yet. I have all characters NG2 other than Gladiator because I haven't played him in a long time. What's a good character to push ahead with? Honestly, Paladin. Paladin or Sorcerer are probably the easiest to push higher than everyone else. But Sorcerer's going to be slow at the start, but every level you get with him is going to go faster and faster. And his title bonus is okay. The Paladin's is just really good for everyone. Because like for mine, I have Paladin at 57, so he's giving 300 armor to everyone, which is huge for like your casters, and it's also huge for your primary characters, because if you're using, if you're using Callus, then you get a ton of extra attack power for your armor, so it helps all your primary characters. And I would say 6 of the 8 can easily go primary, like these 4 and these 2 can go primary builds. So if you're trying to be most efficient with like running one character enables the most amount of other characters, I would say run Paladin. Ranger is super fun. His bonus kind of falls off just because the Paladin exists with the Callus statue. So if we look at that, we get the 5 armor here, or we get 5 attack power here. So if you want more damage, you go Ranger. If you want more defense, you would go Paladin. But what ends up happening is when you get Callus to level 20, you get each level of the statue adds 5% of your armor to attack power. You get 100%. So the 5 armor also gives you the 5 attack power. So it's more beneficial for you to just run more Paladins and never run Ranger again, unless for some reason you can't beat Paladin, but you can beat Ranger runs. Not to mention Gladiator. Oh yeah, Gladiator's a ton of damage as well. Alright, we need crit for sure. I'll take the block. We'll have the 40 block early. Could go the extra fizz. I think I want to move faster. If I can move faster, I'm going to be happier. But we just need ways to get in combo and to stay in combo. It's like our big downfall right now. Yeah, Pally is great because of titles. Oh, Thief feels really good as well. Everything like is worth it eventually. Oh, I can't left click and do my minions because the net like blocks me from casting this. It's weird. Oh, we still got it. Still got the spiked flail. I think there's going to be too much RNG from the run to really tell if Divine Blast did like a huge amount of damage different or not. I have a feeling this is just less, but it's kind of hard to tell. I'm really struggling with early Sork. Early Sork. NG2. The drinks are a big thing. Evil Infusion should kind of carry you for the most part. But yeah, if his mana regen is like low, I wouldn't recommend using Elemental Bruiser. Or yeah, just wouldn't use Elemental Bruiser. Maybe use like Smelly Old Man instead for the mana regen. Would it be worth to run as primary? I can't really say because I haven't ran Sorcerer as primary. Some people have had success with it, but it was already like NG10, so I can't really comment on if it would work NG2 as like a primary Sorcerer. Some people have success with it, so I won't say it won't work. If you have like good primary statues and good primary drinks and items, then it's possible it can work. I mean, I think it's worth you trying at one point, just to see if that's something you like. Because some people pretty much play everything as primary, and never play anything as skill-based. Which I don't think is wrong, especially at like lower NGs you should be able to get away with more, just because of the nature of how the system works. Like, as you get higher and higher on your NG levels, it's going to require more and more from your character to complete it. So the bad builds will kind of fall by the wayside, and the good builds will be the ones you're able to push on. But in NG2, it should be pretty flexible what you can play and like get away with. Especially if you spend some time like somewhere else in the game, like like farming statues or tuning some items or something. I don't actually know the solve for this one. It's close. Rip. We'll just walk away from that one. I could have looked it up. Didn't look it up. It'd be alright. Let's go grab our chest. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, you can use a puzzle solver to figure those out. I'm just lazy sometimes. Something I've tried using Stab in the Dark and went for Bloodthirsty Ring so I can go Symbol of Force. So this is a good idea. So I don't think so. I don't think the 100% crit damage is worth an item, but yeah, it would kind of depend on the level. I'm just gonna go full damage. Combo Sphere of Time. If I get in combo, I'll stay in combo longer. Seems really good. And we'll try to get our set bonus. I almost want the XP here. Yeah, I would say towards the later part of the game, 2.5% leech is enough for your character. So you won't have to attune the Bloodthirst Ring. You won't have to start with the Bloodthirst Ring. And there's just more powerful items. But the chapel bonus is kind of... since there's only like a couple ways to get leech in the game, like by the Crimson Death Drink, by the chapel bonus, or by an item, you have to figure out which one is like less good. And I think that is the chapel. So I sacrifice the chapel to get the leech, and I keep the extra item or the extra drink because I value those higher. The opportunity cost is higher, I would say. But like I said, low level you can get away with more. Should I go Mage Bane instead? I would go Lucky Hat plus Heartseeker early on. Oh wait, you don't have Lucky Hat, do you? Let's see. Or do you have Lucky Hat? I do now. Yeah, I would go Lucky Hat and Heartseeker for low NG. You get your leech from the chapel and just use the meta drinks. Fanatic Eruption, Wicked Sickness, Crazy Eye. Can you explain how luck works? So luck gives you extra percentages in your favor for like crit, evasion, proccing items, etc. And the breakpoints are like really weird, but essentially the max you can get with items is 14, and if you have 14 luck, that gives you like 50% more chance to do something. So for instance, you have an effective crit chance of 50%. With 14 luck, you have an effective crit chance of 100%. So starting with 8 luck is like really good, because you can start with like 40 something crit chance and have 8 luck, and you'll have around 50 to 60 crit chance. I'm doing spotty math here, but you get the idea. It also helps stuff like your drinks, your items. So Mage Vein will proc more, Phonetic Eruption will proc more. It'll bring up that 5% chance to like a 7-8% chance. And it's a 7 or 8% chance every time you crit. You're critting, you know, like 60% of the time. You're gonna hit that Phonetic Eruption very often. Do you know how the downscaling goes when you get too much crit chance or evasion? Oh, you're talking about diminishing returns? I'm not really sure how it diminishes. But yeah, there's diminishing returns, but I think they're just additive, and I don't have the formula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven, 8, 9. Sweet. Oh, hello. XP. Alright. You take that excitement from that hello and just bring it down a little bit. Alright, I'm kind of missing Divine Blast, even if it's just mechanically. So let's see, what is my crit? I'm at 25% with 8 luck. You should be allowed to, knowing you'll need Smoke Bomb for it. Oh yeah. You get some crazy evasion on the Thief. It also helps your evasion, if I didn't say that before. Luck is just really powerful on a lot of characters. So the meta has become play with luck, get crit, get combo. Oh my god, the new patch is great for Arena. I know you played the beta already. Yeah, actually, for everyone that is switched into the beta, you can switch back out of the beta now. If anyone in here is doing that, you can switch out of public testing. Yeah, the new stuff is so good. It's like 3-minute arena runs instead of 8 minutes. Very decent. I'm hitting like a ton of enemies and I'm not getting into combo. So that's like part of the issue. I shouldn't have changed my starting items if I was going to drop Divine Blast at the same time. Hopefully this, alright, Assassin Dagger helps a lot, so now we're up to 36% chance. So this should be about normal now. What stats do you recommend for Arena, the swords? I do a 50-50 split between armor and resist for all characters. I don't think it's worth doing attack power or skill power, like pretty much ever. Just because of how the statues work. Once you're level 20 Callus or Cedric, you start getting skill power or attack power or resist and armor. So if you're a primary build and you're using Callus, every armor you put in will also give you an attack power. So I don't think it's ever worth it to spend a sword on attack power. And then for spellcasters, you'd be using Cedric, and you would be doing the same thing, but with resist and skill power. Because you can always run more arena to get more swords, but you never want to hit that reset button. And you can always run more tower to get more gold. But if you have to hit that reset button, you're going to spend so much gold. And it gets to the point where it's not going to be worth it to get those damage stats. And the only reason I do 50-50 is because the gold cost gets so crazy, and I want both. So whatever build I'm playing, like my Gladiator has 150 points from Arena. I'm rank 30, and 75 is resist, 75 is armor. So total stats I get from that is I get 75 armor, 75 resist, and 75 attack power, because my Callus is level 20. Forgot what else I was gonna say. But yeah, that's what I'd recommend doing. But the gold cost gets kind of crazy, so I think just dividing it evenly between the two. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Since like either resist or armor will help you do more damage, and then resist or armor is what's gonna like keep you alive. So I'm generally more afraid of magic damage on all my characters than I am physical damage. Maybe some of the projectiles. Maybe I'm more scared of physical on like casters, but on like Paladin I'm more scared of magical damage. So it kind of works out with like Gladiator. I'm getting armor to increase my damage, and I'm also getting resist to make sure I don't die. And then on like Wizard and stuff, I'm getting armor so I don't like die to random physical projectiles in Act 4. And I have more resist that increase my damage. So I think it's worth doing a 50-50 split. Some people do like 3-to-2 ratios. I don't know. The gold and the calculations was too much to keep up with that. So I'm just doing 50-50 and I've been happy with it. So here's a Heart Seeker plus Crazy Eye at 0 luck. Oh yeah, the thing. And at 8. Oh, I actually need to look at that, because that was basically my starting items. The chance for a second crit doubles with Lucky Hat. Oh wait, I would need to see a Crazy Eye, Mage Bane, Lucky Hat start. Which is way too hard to calculate. One sec. Alright, so the way this game works with crits is like you have your effective crit chance, which is this number here, but this is like not really true. You don't have 36% chance to crit. You have, what is it? Where are my crit items? I have 2.5% chance to crit with this. It's attuned, so I have 2.5% chance to crit. And the same thing goes with Assassin's Dagger. And then I'm using this drink, Crazy Eye, which gives me crit. And you have your base crit. So if we go over all of that, you see here, up there, it says crit chance 35.9, then it has 2.5 from items, 2.5 from items, 7.5, 7.5, 12 from upgrades, 10 from drinks. Each one of those counts as one chance to crit, right? So I have 6 different ways I can crit. And what happens is your first crit, like each attack, or let's say I do one attack, it has a 2.5% chance to crit. So when it crits, it just has, it's applied to that 2.5% chance. And then it moves on to, did you crit another time? Did you crit another time? So yeah, it's 36% effective, but I can have like 6 crit, if that makes sense. Yes, exactly. So if I turn on the, what is it, the numbers, you can kind of see local damage numbers. Kind of see like how the damage gets crazy. And some of the higher crits will have multiple exclamation points behind them. Alright, I need to change that again. Game. Floating text, no? Okay, we need floating text. Yes. Yeah, I guess we need yes and yes. Because the healing's a little awkward. But like, yeah, I saw like a 14,000 attack there. So you can get like double, triple crits if they all roll at the same time. and they all roll a crit. So you can do like massive damage if they all roll a crit. Yeah, each attack has 6 chances of crit. That's how it works. So what we do is multiply each of those percents together. Yeah, that sounds right. It's additive crit. I think pretty much everything is additive because almost everything has diminishing return in the game, if not everything. See, I can't play with numbers though, because it just fills up my whole screen. Can't actually see anything. Here's what I estimate your damage was starting this round. Alright, I'll check that out. Alright, so a quick, because I can't really look right now, would it have been better for me to craft Heartseeker versus Lucky Hat? That was the one thing I was wondering about. I think for crit damage it's better, but I can't really tell for like Fanatic Eruption. But if I can at least figure out if crit damage would have been better. Scepter of Kings. God, I gotta speed up this run. We're only in Act 3. This on the second floor. It's complicated because getting in the combo. Yeah, if you ignore the combo, Heartseeker is more damage, right? Than Magebane. I guess the question is Magebane, Lucky Hat versus Magebane, Heartseeker. What would have been better? I'd say you're better off starting Magebane. Well, I started Magebane, right? It was just, I wasn't sure what to craft here. Lucky Hat or Heartseeker. So that's the question I'm trying to answer. If Lucky Hat was better to do here, or Heartseeker. Oh, you start Lucky Hat? Sandals. We'll go with the attack speed. And... Fancy Plume? I feel like there's a Fancy Plume. Blood Dagger, Ring of Tea. Alright, we didn't miss anything. And I actually want... What's my level looking like? 131? No, I gotta go with the evasion. I respect evasion too much. And the movement speed is really nice. I did want to get the extra XP from Aberrations though. Just couldn't do it. What classes do you find the most fun and boring, not including the Thief? Not including the Thief? The Thief is super fun, number 1. But besides him, what is fun and what is boring? I can say boring is probably... Wizard would be the most boring to me. No, let me think. Yeah, probably Wizard most boring. I'm just not like super excited about his kit. Then the Paladin. Even though the Paladin's really good, he's just kind of pretty one-dimensional. You charge around, you left click, and that's all you really have to do. And it's kind of annoying that he's so good. The Blood Dagger, yes. So those two would probably be the most boring. Most exciting? I think Ranger is super exciting to play. And then I think Thief is super exciting. So I'd say those two. If we're ignoring the Thief, I'll still go with the top 2. We would say... Who's next after that? Probably Sorcerer. So we could just do like a tier list. What I think is the most fun. Thief. Ranger, Sorcerer, Priest. Then we'll go Warlock, Gladiator, Paladin, Wizard. That'll be my tier 8. Or tiers 1 to 8. Oh, I'm stuck. Dude, that guy that's rooting me in place. I need to kill him. Let's see. If Weeks didn't play like a man, he would use the OP Blood Dagger for healing. I'm gonna get it anyway, dude. I get it every run. It's only shown up in the shop once. And that was because I bought the fancy plume. It'll show up again. I'm sure I'll get it in Act 4. Or I'll get it as the drop from the Act 3 boss. I get it every run. It's a legacy at this point. So I'm just investing in the future. See how OP my character can be without Blood Dagger versus when I get it a little later. Sequence completed. Whoa. I'm stuck. Let me out. Oh god, that's so scary, dude. That's what's scary about the Gladiator. He can't get away. He has to fight it. So you do a big pull like that? I'm really surprised I didn't die there. Claymore. That was like... I was ready to use a potion for the first time in like 5 runs. But I don't know if a potion would have even saved me. Because if I'm taking enough damage to die, where I need to use a potion, I'm probably going to die immediately after using the potion. Yeah, we have a better way to poison now. Markham Stone, and we have 3-piece Markham's. More importantly, we got the Markham's Stone that gives us more ore gain. Trying to gather my opinions on the Divine Blast versus no Divine Blast. I think it's simply just better with Divine Blast. You get more leech, which is kind of nice. You get the AoE clear, which is also nice. It might just steal some of your crits, but I think it's better than avoiding playing with it entirely. I think this run is much slower. It probably is. Which we did like a low crit start, and we're doing a no divine, which is pretty big damage. Divine Blast is good for Glad, since you could get shotgun to death. Certain mobs, Divine Blast allows you to stay back slightly and avoid shotgun. Yeah, the whole question was, would we do more damage if Divine Blast didn't steal our permanent crit stacks? Or our free crit stacks? But it seems like it's not worth the damage loss. Yeah, it's like my damage is still fine now that I got my crit up. I mean, I did have to find the serrated scimitar and I had to find assassin's dagger to get my crit like to a respectable level, 35. And it still doesn't feel like amazing. Because this is like 40 crit with 8 luck with a mage bane. And like the damage still isn't really like impressive. I can't tell if I'm going slower, just like I'm talking more, or what. I'm just gonna go to the top for the drink, but I don't need it. My last game, I died twice to the tower that shoots the blue orbs as a glad. Oh yeah, I have to turn off topple towers because those things will kill you. Those gargoyle tower things, they are a nightmare for like every single melee character. They can. Oh, what'd I say, guys? There's the blood dagger. All right, so now we're popping off. It was an investment in our future. Look at all those blood daggers, dude. Might need this gold, actually. So I've gotten 2 and like a half levels. Oh, we got an imp somewhere. More experience. Is that 2 experience imps this run? Feels yikes. We've had our lucky moments with imps though, so we're paying for it at this point. Paying for our sins. So we're getting a lot of gold ones recently, a lot of ore ones, so I can't complain too much. We'll see a monolith. Sundering strikes. Yeah, I think just the mechanical clear from Divine Strike is worth not dropping it, which is kind of what the theory was. But it's good to know for sure. Wow, a green item from a gold chest. It's kind of surprising. Oh, we have a shop as well. Come on, Heartseeker. One time. I think we have 2 King's items, so a Heartseeker or a King's item would be really good, or both. I'm trying to think. We also have Abundant Chops and Fancy Plume, so it should be a lot of items. Let's see what we got. We got the Markham's Amulet. Oh, we already have 3-piece. So we'll still go Markham's Amulet. And I think I just want more combo spheres. Movement speed would be kind of nice, but let's go spheres. Let's see, there was once a legend that someone got to NG+23 after day he beat it, but he was shocked there wasn't a blood dagger. Oh man. Well, that's how you know it's not a real run. If you didn't get a blood dagger, then it's not a real run. Go ahead and redo it. Blood dagger's the chosen one. It's just so many enemies. Like, worried when I see that many enemies. Alright, Alright, so that is our 3-piece, right? Oh, it's only 2. So we have the scepter and the crown. So I got mixed up somewhere along the way, thinking I had another king's piece instead of Markham's piece. It was the opposite. Lucky Charm, pretty good right here. And another imp. Let's grab some of this money. Where do we think the imp is? Ah, there he is. More experience. 3 experience imps. Legit. 2 legit. Wow. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate all that experience. What are we, 133? That means we definitely don't need to stop and fight. We can just kind of rush Gold Fever. So at least one more silver chest I have to go after. Just need to check the far right and left. Alright, so there's my silver chest. Check down here real quick. Didn't see anything on the map. Alright, let's check this side. Alright, so a portal and the exit. Anything else? Alright, this is gonna be good enough for me. Let's jump through the portal and get out of here. Wow, nice troll. Oh, I shouldn't have done the minions. So you can machine gun the minions and it'll just hit me instead. So yeah, need to avoid using the minions on this fight. See, now it feels fine without the Divine Strike, but early game it did not. I'm also not even using my stacks right now, just holding down the button. So it seems like it only throws the net if I'm spamming, which is usually most of the time. But if I hold it down like this, it just does the yo-yo. Nice. See, I should just spam click so I get the extra damage on all the ads. I was trying to think of like what takes the longest for the Gladiator to beat, because I'll have like 200 stars to use for attunements after this. Nothing seems to do like too much damage to my character. Maybe like some of the Act 4 guys that just kind of clog up the area, or if I did more damage to them I would like be able to get around easier, because I feel like getting immobilized is how you're gonna die as the Gladiator. It's not so much like any in particular unit. Because there was that one time where I got stuck in Act 3, but I was fine. And then I think I got stuck, or almost got stuck in Act 4. It's like a bunch of wisp and a bunch of eyes. So if I did more damage to clear them out faster, that would be kind of nice. Every death for me on Glad or Warlock is getting stuck. Yeah. So it feels kind of bad for those classes. I feel like the same could probably be true for like Wizard and Sorcerer, it just wouldn't be every death. So that's pretty much all the classes that don't have any movement speed, right? Because Thief has movement speed, Paladin has movement speed, Ranger has movement speed, and then Priest is just a tank. So I guess Priest, he got stuck. I don't know. I would want the Gladiator to have some kind of movement speed bonus, or like maybe he can phase through enemies or something, where he doesn't get stuck. Add some kind of passive for him, where if you've taken a critical strike, or if you fall below 50% HP or something, you can move through enemies unhindered. I don't know, something like that would be cool. He does have like some block, and you get block from Callus. What's his block actually? Blocks 80% of one damage instance, so it's kind of like block, but not at the same time. Blocks most of the damage. Ring of Tea! Oh, I shouldn't have picked that up actually, because I have Seal of Souls. I should be able to keep my mana pretty low though, with all the net spamming. Endless potential. I already know I have enough money for the shop. Ooh, and that should be 4-piece Tricksters? 3-piece. 4-piece would have been last run. So that means I'm missing the green item. As I talk about afraid of getting stuck, I just aggro everything. Alright, let's go grab this item. Just want to make sure I get my levels. So, not going to start skipping quite yet. I feel like there are times where I wish I could dismiss my minions somehow. They're kind of a liability sometimes. But maybe I should just be more stricter on when I actually cast them. Only cast them when I like really need them. I do like the Gladiator net on left click. It seems to be really good. I spent only 1 point on my minions. What NG is your character? I use them for decoy when I'm in trouble. XP? Gold to town. We haven't shopped yet. No. Getting everything out of order. 11? Wow. Okay. Maybe I should consider the same. I've also thought about respecking my Ranger to get rid of Power Shot. I just have been too lazy to do it. I don't know when I'm gonna play Ranger again, besides just for fun. I'm only playing Gladiator because the bonus is too ridiculous, and yeah, Yeah, I feel like if I get him to 30, I'll be pretty happy, at least for now. Yo, dude Gringo, how's it going, man? Oh, no ace key. Yikes. Like, even the thief hook doesn't need to be maxed most of the time. The lower level hooks are just enough for distance. Yeah, that's probably true. I guess it's just like, when you have stars to kind of blow, you don't really care. Got recommended your stream by a dude I played with. Oh, nice. Well, welcome. We're kind of winding down, but we're at least going to finish this run. How's Here's a Hammerwatch been treating you? Hopefully so far so good. I thought that was another ace chest, but that's the same one. I need to find a safe corner. This one looks good. Sweet. Wow, we didn't get confused at all. That never happens. Who recommended you? It was probably me. Armor of Kings. Definitely want our 3-piece. That'd be pretty legit. More attack speed. Skill speed, don't really care. Construct, maybe for just the 10. Magic missiles. Nothing is like too convincing here. I'll go old map and I'll just get the 10% increased damage or the 50 physical every 2 seconds. Let's go the 10%. I think the percentage is better than the 50. I almost want to take the blue item just to, what's it called? Take another blue item out of the rarity pool. Oh, another piece of kings. Isn't that lucky? Alright, well we jumped up to 4-piece kings from 2-piece. Like a matter of moments. Thanks, shops. Alright, so now we're just going to go out of our way for ore. Try to kill a little bit so we can level. But we should be able to kill enough embattlements so we don't have to worry too much. And we'll grab some last minute items. Walk around the areas that imps can spawn, just in case. Fortuneous events, nice. Oh, I thought we did it again. We did the first part, we didn't do the second part. Alright, check over there, just for imps. Honestly don't remember his name. He just carried me and I was asking questions or opening the channel for guys. Nice. Yeah, we recently put out the Steam guide like a week or 2 ago. So hopefully it has everything by now. There's probably still things it's missing, but more or less it has everything. If you guys find stuff that it needs, let me know. Hey, imps up there. It's the only thing that makes sense. Give me some gold. Oh god. Is this gonna be it? Quest Giving Turtle, thank you for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Like to see all the emotes going out. Just remembered, I don't have the new emote in there yet. Need to add the new one in there. Give it a little more variety. Seal the Martyr Frying Pan. I usually don't see people playing with really weird aspect ratios, but you don't. What's the deal with that? Oh, I usually see people playing with really weird aspect ratios. Okay, so this is like a thing that's not really known. If you have the resolution and you just go for the max like most people do with games, the resolution is going to look terrible. See, this is awful. So what you instead do is there's like a break-even point. For me, it's one of these two. It's the 1366 by 768 or the 1360 by 768. And it makes it to where it looks clean. It zooms out a lot more. It's just all around better. So I would recommend messing around with your resolution until you find out what works best for you. Because a lot of things to factor in there, like what your video card can actually output and what your monitor can handle / what else. That's probably about it. But the game is pixel art, so it doesn't really, you don't really lose quality. It probably actually looks better because it's zoomed out. Okay, I didn't see him get poisoned at all. Oh man, I wasn't looking, but yeah. From what I was told, he can't be poisoned, but everything else can. Also, why am I picking up gold? This is also, like, all this gold is gonna get wasted. There's like a 1 in 5 chance we find an imp and he sends it home. Just super lucky. But if so, we can at least get like a Feralath upgrade or something. If I was more hopeful, I'd pick up more gold. Like, I saw some gold and diamonds down there. But I'm just going to assume it all gets wasted and I'm gonna save the time. Until it happens some more. I'll get those golden diamonds over there because they're next to ore. Yeah, no poisoning Vamp. His minions get poisoned, but he doesn't. That's pretty interesting. Maybe it's... Well, I would say it's because he's undead, but other undead in the game can be poisoned, so that's kind of weird. Or he just can't be poisoned. Alright, we have one last chance for an imp. Had a lot of imps this game though. We had, let's see, 1 gave us gold, but that was the last one. 3 gave us XP, 1 gave us an item, I think, and 1 was trying to send gold home. So I think we found 6 imps. So I don't feel super confident we're going to find any more. Maybe my math is slightly off and it's 5, but it's either 5 or 6. We're still gonna bring like 1,000 ore home, which is nice, because we have the pickaxe and we have the Markham stone. So we're getting super legit amount of ore. I avoided that item like 3 times in shops, only to find it at the very end. Alright, we got one last place for the imp. Two spawns left? 1 spawn left. I think it's a rip. We'll give it a second in case he's there, but I don't think he is. Got 780 ores with Sork on NG+4. Yep, rip. Buy gold. How much is going to get taxed? Only 83.63%. Not a big deal. It means I'll get like 300k or something. Some small number. Let's see. 610. Let's check these stats real quick. So 343. We did more damage, but that's probably because of items and monoliths and whatnot. Or Magebane. 88 and 254. So we actually did way less magic damage than we did last time. It's kind of interesting. Let's see. So 610, we got like 500,000 of the 2.4 million.